Arthur Johnson's story can be likened to a tale of two cities. On one side of the mighty Mississippi River lies St. Louis, Missouri, flanked by its famous Gateway Arch and a busy downtown. And on the other side sits East St. Louis, Illinois, a struggling city known for its high crime rate and its high unemployment rate, nearly twice that of the national average. Those harsh realities make it difficult for East St. Louisans to find their way out of the city and attain their dreams. So this is the old neighborhood?
This is the old neighborhood.
Growing up in the projects, Arthur inherited a fighting spirit. That same spirit helped him resist the pull of drugs and violence with dreams about going places.
I would imitate the broadcaster. I said, there goes Arthur, and he lands a right hand, another right hand by Johnson.
Inspired by Muhammad Ali, he took up boxing by the time he was 10, joining a club by forging a permission slip.
I signed it myself because you were supposed to have your mother sign it. My mother never signed it. Of course, later on, my mom would find out, and she knew that perhaps maybe I found something that was going to keep me out of trouble.
The only problem, Art's size. It would play a recurring role throughout his career, apparent the very first time he put on the gloves.
I was a small guy, and this kid belted me with a shot, knocked me on my tush, and I got back up, and I could hear in the crowd somebody say, "Don't quit, don't quit."
Art listened and kept at it, eventually using his size to his advantage as a flyweight fighter, earning the nickname Flash due to his lightning-fast punching combinations. He even trained with a man who coached the likes of George Foreman, Sugar Ray Leonard, and yes, Ali.
But nobody can push a guy to be a fighter. You gotta want to be it.
It's so weird that the years and years later that his manager would become my manager, and we would be in the same boxing family.
That was Angelo
Dante.
Art excelled, becoming the first flyweight amateur to win 3 consecutive national titles, then amassing a total of 12, a record he held for 24 years. He also was the first American to win the Golden Belt at the Goodwill Games and represented the U.S. at the 1988 Olympics. Still, Art had no idea life's biggest fight would take place outside the ring.
That was a hard one. That diagnosis came out of nowhere.
It was going to require the hand of God.
I never taken a punch, and I know he has. And so it was like I got hit with a punch and the wind got knocked out of me.
After retiring, doctors diagnosed Arthur with APL, a rare form of blood cancer.
I was also given 2 to 3 months to live.
As his health declined, the family leaned on their faith in God and support from their church. And LaTanya reminded her husband of the fighter within.
I remember when he was laying in that bed in that hospital, and the only thing I could say is, babe, we got to pull the gloves out one more time, because this is going to be our biggest battle. This is going to be our biggest fight.
After more than a month in the hospital, 6 months of chemo, and 5 long years of recovery, Arthur beat cancer and punched back, eager to make a difference.
So again, step, good, beautiful.
We toured the Flash Boxing Gym and Educational Center during construction, where he told us he planned to do more of this.
On the ball of your feet, right.
Using boxing to train young hopefuls the lessons he's learned inside and outside the ring.
Beautiful.
That's what I see. I see him leaving a piece of himself in the next generation.
Through the gym and foundation, he's helping these hometown kids dream big,
To the left, to the left, to the left.
something both his students and their parents appreciate.
Well, my oldest son, he's become very athletic. His confidence is higher. Their organization, I believe, has changed our lives.
He's a good role model, father figure. He's just a good person all in general. You know, this city need more people like him. You know, this stuff that he's doing for us, you know what I'm saying, he's not getting paid to do it. So, you know what I'm saying, he's doing out there. For him to be doing a lot of this out the kindness of his heart, and that's a blessing.
So I'm excited about the lives that we're touching, the lives that we're going to change. And we made some champions in the physical form, but more importantly, I think we're going to make champions in life.
Arthur Johnson's fight now outside of the ring is based on a simple premise. He's fighting for his hometown and for future generations, reminding young people if they can dream it, they can achieve it. John Jessup, CBN News, East St. Louis, Illinois.